Good evening, Drew.
Man, Skype does this thing where it gives you like a really cool background now.
Yeah, Skype's gonna Skype.
That's that is certainly one way to look at it. You okay? What did Skype do to
I'm
you?
good. I mean, it's yeah. I don't know. It's just it's Skype.
Oh boy.
Oh,
All right, Paul.
huh.
I just had my ice cream. I'm feeling a little rowdy.
I know. I saw. You know what?
Oh,
You know what?
oh no.
I wasn't gonna do this. I wasn't gonna do this, but hold on. Uh, so, dear listeners, we sort of have a separation of responsibilities here at the Doing Their Best podcast. I do the editing, and Drew does the scheduling and the show notes. And he provided a link for sorbet to Wikipedia that I found very interesting, because nowhere in the Wikipedia article does it say that sorbet is ice cream. In fact, sorbet, also called water ice, is a frozen dessert.
So anyway, I had my ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Had my ice cream. And it was good. It was really good. It was good. It's my Saturday ritual now where I get my ice cream, and that's what we're going to call it. All right. Well, since we've been on a streak of settling debates on the show, I like tacos.
Tacos are wonderful.
Tacos are pretty good. But what is the appropriate amount of tacos to eat? Oh man, rip one open there, big guy. What do you got?
Rip it and rip
Got yourself a White Claw? What are you doing?
This is a Bud Light hard soda. Citrus soda.
Bud Light. Bud Light hard citrus soda. Would you go so far as to say you're drinking a Bud Light lime?
No, it's not beer at all. It's like hard Sprite. It's delicious.
It's like hard Sprite. Okay, so wait, what is it called?
It's Bud Light seltzer, hard soda, citrus soda.
Bud Light hard seltzer, hard seltzer. I want to, man. Guy Fieri declares Bud Light seltzer the hard soda, the loudest flavors ever.
Once Guy Fieri's approved, then I'm down.
Man, I just don't drink beer. Although, all right, well, since we're on this topic, you know what I had? You know what kind of little libation I had with my dinner tonight?
What'd you have?
I had a cranberry margarita.
Ooh, that sounds terrific.
Yeah, really helping with my UTI. Yeah. So anyway, back to tacos. How many tacos? Okay. And I'm freely willing to admit that this is entirely situational. For instance, if you're out with your buds, if you're out with your bros or your gals, and you're ready to just fucking slam some tacos, like, you could probably go until somebody taps out. But let's say you're out with mixed company, maybe people you don't know as well. Maybe it's a work function. Maybe you're trying to hold yourself back a little bit. You roll up to your taco place of choice. How many tacos you getting?
I mean, at least 3.
Oh, three is nothing. 3 isn't anything.
I mean, so where are we going? Because, like, it depends on the taco, right? Like, some places they really stuff them, and some places, like I could eat like 8 Taco Bell tacos without even thinking about it.
Oh, well, that's, first of all, we're talking about real food here.
Hey, Taco Bell is terrific, and I will fight anybody who says otherwise.
Listen, I will absolutely fuck for Taco Bell. There's just no. There's like I will absolutely do terrible. I like Taco Bell. In fact, I went out of my way last time I drove home from South Carolina to find a rest stop with Taco Bell, because I was like, I haven't fucked with Taco Bell in a while, and I really wanted Taco Bell.
See, Drew, I also have an advantage that you don't have. in this situation.
What's that, buddy? You have many advantages I don't have. But go ahead.
I'm a bit of a chubby guy, so like if I order 6 tacos, they just go, ha ha ha! The chubby guy wants 6 tacos.
Hey, Paul, listen, man, listen. You know what you have in common with a great steak?
What's that?
They both got a little bit of fat on them. That's all.
Yeah. It's okay. Like if I want 6 tacos, I'm going to order 6 tacos.
Yeah, but listen, as a still chubby guy, let me be clear, right? And I know that degrees of chubbiness, right? And I still have some lbs that I got to drop. I will absolutely crush like 8 or 9 tacos and not even feel a little bit bad. I find that sort of the limiting factor, and you're absolutely right that some, like, not all taco places are created equal. I find that the more highfalutin the place, the smaller the taco.
Yeah.
So, and I'm gonna say local names here because it's pertinent to us because this show is for us. Mm-hmm. I don't think the listeners realize that yet, but the show is for us, not for them. There's 3 places that I will get tacos. The first is this place called Condados. Mm-hmm. They're all over the place now. They're springing up like hotcakes, but I find that they pack themselves a pretty good taco, and
they do.
I don't really feel fulfilled if I'm not like at 5.
Okay.
Like 5 is like my magic number at Condados. Now, Local Cantina, on the other hand, Local Cantina, they get really, I guess the word is avant-garde with their tacos. They do some interesting things with tacos there, but they're not very filling.
They're small. Yeah.
They're very small. Mm-hmm. But here's the problem I have though. Like if I go to a Local Cantina and I get like 5 tacos, I'm hungering for more. But buddy, you're like probably like $30 deep on 5 tacos over there.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah. But like, I don't know, man. Like, what do you think? But okay. And finally, like if I go to a Chili Verde, they do street tacos there. They give them in batches of 3. So I could totally eat 2 servings of those, but you're basically ordering 2 entrees at that point, and that's a weird feeling for me.
That is a weird feeling. Yeah. I mean, I think your question is flawed, Drew. I don't think there is. I don't think you can have too many tacos. I think you order the amount of tacos you want, and then you enjoy the tacos. But like, I do get.
Wait a minute, though. But wait a minute. Sorry. You could totally make the argument, though, that if you're out with a group of people and everybody's ordering like 3 or 4 tacos, ooh, I'm going to try one of these special ones. I'm going to try one of these ones. And I'm over there with the create your own taco where it's like slam some motherfucking steak in there, throw some cheese and some lettuce and tomato, give me, a soft shell and bring me 8 of these bitches. Everybody else is nibbling on 3 and I'm just over there like a weird taco monster just destroying these things.
Oh,
that's not a good look either, right?
Yeah, I mean, the optics and social pressure I can get. Yeah. But still, like, I mean, if I'm feeling 6 tacos, I'm gonna order 6 tacos. Like you gotta know what the body needs.
Yeah, body needs tacos. Body needs tacos. And I feel like here's the other interesting thing about like these tacos is I don't care how many chips I'm fucking with. Like I will still slam down so many tacos.
Yeah.
Regardless of how many chips I eat.
Yeah.
Well, listeners, I mean, like I said, the show isn't for you, but if you have an appropriate number of tacos, I would sort of love to hear it. Paul, but what's your go-to taco place though, Paul?
Yeah. I still like Condado. Like Local Cantina is good, but I like Condados. Like it's good. They're good. The
only thing I like more about Local Cantina is I feel they make better drinks.
Yes.
They make better drinks and their chips are better.
I support that, but yeah. But if I'm going out on lunch and I'm not gonna drink munch margaritas aside, I think I'm gonna go Condados. Like, and I mean, let's face it, Condados is upscale price wise anyway, like as well.
But, like 5 tacos and some chips and queso, you're well north of $30 for one person.
Yeah.
So it's not economically viable to do that. Well, I mean, unless you're you, but it's not economically viable for me to keep doing that.
Ugh.
All right. So I'm gonna kind of juggle things around here a little bit
Okay.
on the docs
Okay.
because this next topic I've had sort of on my back burner for a while.
Yeah.
All right. So a few weeks ago, and I didn't get this on the schedule sooner for, I don't know, a number of reasons, right? I saw some really angry posts online about Amazon ruining Comixology. So what happened, Paul? You're a Comixology user. Tell me what happened.
It's Comixology used to be an independent company, okay? And it was wonderful. It was great. It was great. It was a place for you to go and get comics. They had a great online reading experience. It was really good. Then Amazon bought them. And you always they're like, we're going to run it as an independent company, and like, okay, that's great. Like, and they did, but that shit only lasts so long, right? At some point, we all knew that Amazon was going to come in and Amazon the shit out of Comixology, and it happened. It did. I think it's very telling. If you go to comixology.com right now, you get redirected to Amazon. Amazon.com/Kindle -db/comics store, right? So like the Comixology brand is kind of getting kicked to the curb. I guess so. It feels like they're trying to combine like the Kindle and Comixology experience into one. I guess they absolutely just borked over the online, like in a browser reading experience, which I never used, so I never really noticed. They did kind of mess with the app a bit. Hold on, I'm getting my iPad. There we go.
That was great. Leave that in.
I will, don't worry. I mean, the reading experience is fine. Like,
I heard people say that like the app is ruined now.
I don't think it's ruined. It's at least the browser based experience is still like, at the end of the day, it's still a full. I read it in full. Like, yeah, I mean, all the features are still there. Like, you still got the full page viewing. You can double click and zoom into a cell and do like one cell at a time. You can go back out. I can still see all of my. No, I mean it's how do I stop. All right, it's a little bit worse. It's a little bit harder to navigate as I'm going through and just using it here. I actually haven't been spending a lot of time in Comixology because I haven't been reading a lot of comics, and when I've been using something else.
Okay,
but it's the at least the iPad experience, while a little bit worse, is still tolerable. Again, still, because of Apple, you still can't buy comics on your iPad, which sucks. How do I get rid of that? Okay, that's.
I feel like we're kind of watching you hate this app in real time.
Well, so it does this thing.
Yep.
So I opened up a comic. I happened to open up issue 1 of Boom Studios Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot. It's
as one does.
It's an excellent comic. And if you leave the comic, as in to go back and view other comics, it zooms the cover down to the bottom. So you have like this little icon just floating around that I don't know. You can't get rid of it. You can't. It's just there forever now.
Wow.
Unless I open up another comic or go back into it. I guess that's. I mean, someone thought that was a good idea. I'm sure it passed the focus group. But at the end of the day, once you get into the comic, I can read the comics. The comics look good. I mean, yeah, was it better before Amazon fucked it up? Yes. Is it still serviceable? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But you said you've been reading something else.
Yeah, I I've been back on Marvel Unlimited recently.
Okay.
I absolutely love this service. It's great. It's great. It's like $70 a year, and you get access to, like, I don't know, what does it say? Hold on. Your one-stop destination for over 29,000 comics spanning the entire Marvel universe. Obviously, like, you don't get comics day and date, right? Comics come out to the service a couple months after they come out, maybe 2 to 3 months, maybe a little bit longer depending on the issue or the series. But the finding comics on this thing is great. Like, you can go through and there's search. Like, you can go and say, like, hey, I'm really big into Wolverine, and then you just search for Wolverine and it shows all of the comics Wolverine's in. If you've heard things like, oh, I've heard about that Civil War or House of M, right? You can go to the series page and see, or what does it call it? Like, yeah, they have like reading guides. I want an introduction into this character, and they have essentially like, playlists, like collected, like, hey, read these like 5 comics to get into Black Panther. They have collections of all the major stories. They have ways to follow. It's an absolutely, if you like reading superhero comic books at all, I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. I happen to like superheroes. Marvel Unlimited is spectacular. Absolutely love it.
And part of the reason I wanted to bring this topic to the fore, right, is I sort of have a bee in my bonnet to read some comics. Now, Marvel superheroes are not really my thing. I would say that, and I say this just because I don't know what I'm saying, but I like Batman.
Yeah.
And I don't think Batman's Marvel. No, I know that much.
Batman is DC.
Yep. The Punisher's Marvel though, right?
It is. Yes.
So like I was into the Punisher for like a spell in high school. Like, are all the Punisher comics on Marvel Unlimited? Like, give me a real time follow up here.
Let's look. I'm gonna go to characters. Punish. Oh nope. I'm one hand keyboarding here. Mm-hmm, Punisher. Frank Castle.
Yep, that's him.
Oh, there's a bunch. They have the 2000 series, the 2009 series, the 2001, the 1987. There's a lot of Punisher on here, Drew. A lot of Punisher.
There's a lot of Punisher. Okay,
a lot of the Punisher.
Then I might
Punisher.
Yeah, then I might check that out. Then he's like the only Marvel character that I think I like. But there's like other characters in the Marvel stable that aren't like superheroes, though, right?
I mostly read the superhero bullshit because that's what I'm doing. Fair. I'm currently, what am I reading right now? The big ones that I'm really enjoying is I'm going back and reading the Amazing Spider-Man run that started in 2018 and is still going on. I've read 20 issues of that. I'm also a really big fan of the most recent Captain Marvel series. I like me some Captain Marvel. Some really good stuff that's on the Marvel Unlimited. The Hawkeye series, the 21 issue just Hawkeye that they loosely used as the basis for the Hawkeye TV show. That it's made by what's their face, Matt Fraction and Dave Aja. It's spectacular. The Civil War is really good. Yeah, it's good. That's mostly what not that I've been reading a lot of comics recently at all. I've mostly been playing video games. But I like Marvel Unlimited. It's really good.
Well, I know what comic I want to read.
Okay.
But my problem with comics is I'm not patient enough to wait for the next episode. So like when you bought me Saga 1, right? And I could just read that whole honking thing from start to finish. Like, that was awesome, right? And like some of the Batman stuff you recommended to me, like Court of Owls and Killing Joke, and like some of these other little I don't even know if they're episodic's the right word, but some of these little self-contained stories that I could just read without having to be like knuckle deep in like everything, that's the stuff I'm into. So I'm trying to find something to sort of fill that void right now, and I'm just kind of coming up short.
Now, DC does have their version of this called DC Universe Infinite.
But you said it's awful.
It's I want to love DC more than I do. First of all, like I should probably try the service again to see if it's gotten any better. When I first did it, the application was just absolutely bad. DC just falls into all of the worst trappings for comic books. It's just they're hard to interweaving storylines, weird stuff. Now there is some stuff. DC has a line of like mature comics. It's like DC Black or something, and they're usually like like, what did they call it? Shit, I don't remember. They have some like self-contained stories in there that are really good. They did a like self-contained like Harley, like a reimagining of Harley Quinn that made her like a criminal psychologist or something, and that was really good. Those tend to be okay, but the app is just, at least it was when I had it. It was just so bad. It was bad. But
man, so just you haven't been like really into comics recently then?
Not really. I kind of go in spurts. I've been
spurt.
I haven't had a whole lot of free time recently, and then the time that I have had has either been to be blunt, playing Mass Effect, and now playing Horizon Forbidden West.
Don't put this evil on me, Ricky Bobby. I didn't.
It's fine. I've been choosing to spend my time playing video games. It was my choice.
It was your choice.
My choice.
Okay. So before we get to video game stuff then, right? Because I think you and I both have some video game updates we want to share with each other. Man, I don't know how much you fuck with LinkedIn these days.
As little as possible.
Well, okay, so let me ask you something, right? As a middle manager, when you're like on the hunt for your next ward, is that the right word?
Yes,
employee.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you scope them out on LinkedIn? Or is that someone else's job?
I have very strong opinions on LinkedIn.
Okay, well, this is the place to talk about them.
I kind of view LinkedIn as a cesspool. And if someone's really pushing their LinkedIn profile on their resume, I usually take that as a red flag.
I sort of have a conflicting view of that.
Okay. I don't like LinkedIn. I don't like the people that use LinkedIn. I don't like people posting content on LinkedIn. I do not understand that at all. Like, write a fucking blog, post it on Twitter. Don't put that shit on LinkedIn. I don't like it. And it's kind of a necessary evil, especially in IT, but like I don't know. I have, to me, like LinkedIn is just a little bit better than Facebook. I don't.
Yeah, I sort of agree with that. I don't. So here's my thing, right? I don't treat LinkedIn as social media.
Okay.
It is,
yeah.
Right. It is. It absolutely is. Like by letter of the law, it is absolutely social media. I would say that unlike the other social media platforms that I use, which really these days is Twitter, and I'm also on Instagram, right? Like I haven't been able to totally get out of Zuck's ass completely, right? Because I'm still on Instagram. Facebook, I have just bounced completely hard off. The only time I go on Facebook at all these days is honestly to use Facebook Marketplace, because if I'm selling something, that's kind of the most hassle-free way to do it. So like I'll fire up Facebook and go to Marketplace and post like hardware or something that I'm trying to get rid of, and invariably somebody will come and get it. It is like Craigslist 2.0 basically.
And I still find a lot of like there's a lot of kind of like minor internet personas that only exist on Facebook. Like a lot of times, like bands that I like, they don't have a webpage; they just have a Facebook page.
Yeah,
or like a restaurant would just have
that.
a Facebook page. So
yeah,
like,
you're right.
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
But those are the only reasons I fire that up. I don't have the app on my phone. I don't have Messenger on my phone. I have migrated away from using Facebook logins where I can. Like literally, the only thing that is left, because I haven't figured out how to fix that yet, is Spotify. I still log into Spotify with that, and I know there's a way to do it, but I'm kind of lazy. But see, LinkedIn, on the other hand, is interesting, because I would say that 98% of the content that goes on there is pretty relevant. I mean, there's the scummiest thing to me about LinkedIn is the stuff the recruiters do. Because the recruiters are just there to collect info, and they spam you about positions that are not usually within your wheelhouse. Like, recruiters, I think, use the information on LinkedIn for evil. But I will say that, like, there are companies that I work for that are very active on that platform about posting updates and things that are relevant to product changes or announcements or things. Or there are a lot of people that, you know, when I was like a minor celebrity for a little bit, like still post relevant things on LinkedIn. I definitely think it is a more grown-up platform. I don't find as much of the cesspool type stuff from individuals on LinkedIn as I do in other places. I don't know. But that being said, like when you want to find out like where someone works or what they're doing, like that's what LinkedIn is for, right? So why am I bringing all this up? I'm bringing all this up because like it is like the most passive aggressive platform that sort of exists. So here's what happened, right? And let me just throw this out there right away. I really don't think I'm reading into this too much for reasons that I don't want to go too deep into, because I don't want to make anybody mad, but just hear me out. So a couple episodes ago, I mentioned that I was getting a new role. The HR machinery churns at a certain rate. So all of like the official stuff, like the title change and the org changes and all the things that have to like happen, you know, know, right? You know. Yeah. There is a process. Even internally, for people who are moving internally, there is a process. And I had accepted the role, but I wasn't going to announce it until like everything changed in the address book, and like it shows me reporting to the right manager, and like my HR profile is updated. So like all of that stuff like resolved earlier this week. So I took it upon myself to go to LinkedIn, and again, it doesn't sound like you're on there very often, but the intent is like you go to your profile, and if you get a promotion or you change roles, you can like add your new position, and it's very helpful. It's like, oh, I noticed that you're currently working at this place. Did you get a promotion? And you could be like, yeah, I got a promotion, and mark my end date on my previous role at this and start this new date here. And, maybe sometimes you're just doing a title change that doesn't really move anything, which I went through one of those already. It's a whole thing, right? And then that ends up on the feed for LinkedIn, which that's my biggest frustration with LinkedIn is I can't figure out like how stuff makes it to my front page. Like you can see like there is a way to sort stuff that happens sooner, I think. Sort by top. Yeah, okay, sort by recent. It's top and recent, right?
I don't know. I probably haven't logged into to LinkedIn for 8 months, maybe longer. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so here's what happened. So I put all that stuff in there, right? And I think here's the thing. I think people generally regardless of how you view people, are generally supportive of people doing well. I would even say that people that have maybe rubbed me the wrong way, let's say, if I saw them get promoted, I would probably throw a like on that. I would probably say, hey, congrats, right? Or an applause or whatever the little emojis are on LinkedIn that you can give, right? And I would say for the most part that most people did that for me too. And before you sort of think, wow, Drew, are you like fishing for likes on LinkedIn? No. This isn't what this is. It's just I work with a group of people. Okay, so the reason I'm bringing this up is that there was I was caught up in a promotional period where other people were also getting promoted. So there was just like it's a slew of people who were like, I got this and I'm now this and all this other stuff. And we're all commenting on each other's stuff. And the knock-on effect of that is once you sort of comment on like, hey, congratulations, person X, you then are immediately notified when other people also congratulate these people.
Yeah.
And you will see all these other people that you work with congratulating everybody but you.
Oh. Ouch.
Yeah. So I think some feelings might have been hurt, which, okay, I get it, but I don't know. It was the most passive aggressive thing, right? Because it wasn't even like you were what's the word we use on Twitter to do that?
Subtweeting.
Yeah. I wasn't even sublinked. I wasn't even being sublinked in, right? It was just like people were actively choosing not to even put a like on there, which was interesting. So it's just like, I don't know.
I also didn't like your title change or promotion because I don't go on LinkedIn.
Yeah, and that's fine. But I didn't see you like anybody else's, like mine.
Nope.
Yeah, so it's like, it's just such a passive aggressive thing because like these are all people I work with too, or worked with, I should say. So it's really easy to sort of see all that. And okay, fine, I get it. Like I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I think we've established that before, but it kind of came out of left field for me because I didn't necessarily think that I had done anything to like irritate these people. So it was really interesting to sort of see how that all shook out. I guess I should say. But and LinkedIn is, and to go back to my central point, is like LinkedIn is like the perfect platform of this because you can so clearly see who looks at you. Unlike Twitter, like you can see when somebody scopes you, right? Like if somebody looks at your profile. Yeah. They do a little bit to obfuscate it depending on your privacy settings, but like if manager wait, what's your title now?
My title is IT Operations Manager.
Yeah, if IT Operations Manager at IGS looks at my profile, I got a pretty good idea who that is. I mean, I guess it could be a couple other people, but I bet I know who it is.
With that title in the world, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna go to LinkedIn right now, Drew. I'm signing in.
I want to see how many notifications you have.
Probably not as many as you would think. At least I hope not. 99 plus.
You got to go on there more.
Like my title's even wrong on there. That's cute.
I've had. Do you still have all your weird endorsements?
I got rid of a lot of those.
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
I cleaned a lot of that up, though I still do occasionally get emails because I must be on a list for something. Yeah.
I want to talk about that, but we shouldn't
should talk about that. Hold on. I don't even know. I think LinkedIn is very excited that I'm on.
Oh yeah, they got you, baby. They got you. And like, there's some, and I'll tell you, right? Like, there's some pretty interesting metrics that go into this, right? So just like to give you an example. So like, if I look at the post that I put about my promotion, right? Like 4,500 people saw this, right? Like 4,500 people saw this. 22 people commented on it, and 117 people gave like a reaction, right? Like a thumbs up or a clap or a heart. So like there's some really interesting engagement metrics here, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's extremely extremely catty.
I can't even find your.
Yeah.
It's there's too much stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, it's asking me if I want to explore relevant opportunities with IGS Energy. You guys paid for an ad, apparently.
I'm sure we did.
Yeah.
We have lots of job opportunities right now.
Oh, I just got a notification. What'd you do?
I looked in your profile. I don't know if I clicked on something or not. I searched you to see. Hold on, let's view full profile. Okay, highlights 5. You both worked. I know we both worked at IGS Energy.
Yeah. You interviewed me.
I did. Yeah, whatever. LinkedIn. It's awful. I'm signing out now. Should I change? I might want to change my profile. I don't know.
Yeah, you should probably get on that, bud.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, let's talk about video games for a little bit.
Okay.
So you have been all about your Horizon Forbidden West stuff. Did you finish it?
Today, in fact, I completed the main storyline and rolled credits. According to the progress indicator, I've done less than half of what the game has to offer. But I finished.
But that was probably on purpose, right? You probably wanted to get it finished.
Yeah, I was like, let's just finish the main story. I was already like significantly over leveled for the story missions and stuff, so I figured let's just do this. Let's just roll credits. It was really good. It's really good. I don't know. Highlights included fighting big robot dinosaurs, fighting even bigger robot dinosaurs, and getting to ride on the back of a flying robot dinosaur. That was really cool. Yeah, it's good. I highly recommend it if you have a way to play it. It's good. It looks beautiful on the PlayStation 5. They really did a nice job of the game kind of takes place on like the western part of the United States, I think like Colorado and stuff, but in this one you get to go into like the ruins of San Francisco and, you know, along the coast and stuff, and that part was just absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. A little too many scripted climbing sequences for me, where like you have to climb this thing but there's just one way to do it, and but it's fine. It's fine. It's good. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna go. I don't think I'm gonna try to get the plat, as we say, the platinum trophy, but I'm gonna try to at least finish up all the side quests. I think I'm missing like 4, and there's some they have these melee pits where they're like combat challenges and stuff. I might try to do those because those were kind of fun. But yeah. Yeah, I definitely got more than my money's worth out of that game, and I'm going to go back in. And I probably won't try to get all the collectibles and get that number to 100% and get that plat, but it's good. I liked it. Really good.
Yeah, so I guess my only question to you would be, right, I sort of read the backstory, like a plot synopsis of what happens in the first game. Without doing any spoilers or anything, do you feel that they sort of like put a bow on this, or you think there's going to be like a third one?
Oh, they definitely set up for either a significant chunk of DLC or a third story. It's there's definitely more coming.
Okay.
Yep.
Satisfactory stuff in the story, or I mean, how was the story overall?
I mean, it was good. It was good. Like there's definitely a feeling of like the game tries to like have these moments where like, you know, the premise of the game is you're literally using a bow and arrow. Now, granted, they're fancy bows and arrows and like spears and traps and stuff against big mechanical beasts, right? That's the juxtaposition, right? It's this techno primitive tribal culture on the background of this highly advanced, you know, civilization, and they push that even farther in this game. Like it gets absolutely more like, I won't say bonkers, but like they definitely take that original storyline and just keep pushing it and making it so like you're up against just more advanced technology, and you're seeing these, you're in these settings that are even like, like I just got out of a jungle and now this looks like a spaceship. It's not a spaceship, but it looks very futuristic and stuff, and it's cool. It's very cool. And they do also really this interesting stuff where like you keep like in the world, you're in the ruins of basically like our civilization at its peak. And it's interesting to see these different tribes, different groups of people approach that in a different way, and whether they fear it or whether they worship it as a god or revere it or like, make it a mythology almost to the point of like blind devotion. It's just kind of cool to see, as you're exploring and meeting different people and how they feel about, the old world. It's neat. Yeah. Oh,
cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Cool. Now, how many hours did it take you?
I'm a little over 40, I think.
Okay. Pretty good money for value.
Yeah. I think you can complete the main story in about 25 if you just kind of rush it. But I did a lot of the side quests and stuff, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, I'm happy for you. I still have that game on my wish list in Steam, and I will probably get to it one day. I don't know.
Are you the Witch Queen yet?
Yeah, I am the Witch Queen. Oh my god. So I'm going to talk about Destiny now. So your son's playing it, right?
Yes. I also asked him if he's the Witch Queen, and then he rolls his eyes at me.
Yeah, so the Destiny expansion, the Witch Queen, which see what I did there, which came out not this week but the week before. I did finally wrap up the main kind of story that they drop on you. I'm in like so Bungie does this thing where like they give you a chunk of content to do, which tells a story. And I'm just going to come out and say this right now. Playing all of the Destiny expansions so far, this is absolutely the best one. The storytelling, the mission structure, the stuff that you do, the stuff that you finally get to do with one of the biggest villains in kind of the Destiny universe is outstanding. They just did an amazing job with it. And the other thing they did that made this really interesting is with this expansion, they gave you the ability to play it on what they call legendary mode.
Yes. I am aware.
Which ups the difficulty. I completed the entire campaign solo on legendary. Before that sounds impressive, I have attempted to help people with the campaign on legendary, and I would say that it is harder. So it's that new difficulty level definitely makes it interesting, because when these things launch, and again, you already know this, but just sort of explaining it for people who probably don't care as much, you're sort of at the lower end of the power band, and you have to build back up. But yeah, the story was really good. They definitely sort of explored a couple things that I personally felt was pretty interesting, because the Destiny lore, if you are a super nerd and you're like super into it like I am, a lot of the questions that they answer and the places they take the story I thought were really cool. And like the art direction and the places you visit and the quests that you do and the new guns and the aesthetic, it's just really good. And then on top of that, there's a new sort of season pass with lots of cool activities that you can do. The new destination, they brought Mars back, which is they call it the throne world for this particular Witch Queen, and it's just really, really, really good. And like, it was interesting because today, because we're recording this on a Saturday, the 5th of March, all of the clans in the world are competing to be the first clan to clear the new raid. And here's a funny anecdote. So, and this isn't the first time they have done this, right? They call it race to worlds first. So when Bungie releases new content, they will release like a 6-person raid activity, which, is really challenging content. There's really finicky mechanics is probably the best way to say it, that you have to like do certain things in a certain order. And because this is the first time players are getting a crack at this, like it isn't just about shooting better than the bad guys. It's about like figuring out what you're supposed to do, because they really don't tell you what you have to do. You sort of have to figure it out on the fly. So today was the race to the world's first of this new raid. And from what I have been reading, it has not gone well. A lot of people keep getting disconnected, and Bungie has unique air codes that they use. So apparently everybody was getting code Aardvark today. And it was so bad at one point that somebody edited the Wikipedia page for an actual Aardvark and changed it to the Destiny 2 logo. So nerds gonna nerd. But no, I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, there's a ton of new things to do. They added weapon crafting to the game, which I'm sort of lukewarm on at the moment. They're going to be making some changes to it because it's exceptionally like extra grindy, even by Destiny standards right now is pretty bad. But the rest of the stuff was really, really good. I really like the new guns. I like the new missions. I like the new location. It's really good. I mean, it sounds like your son's been enjoying it too then.
He plays it almost just about every chance he gets. That's his number one game. He has an absolute, I don't know, hold on. Will Steam tell me if I go to his profile?
It should.
I think we're friends. I should be friends on Steam. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. I opened up Steam, and I guess what it's doing right now.
Probably
it's
updating.
all in an update. You're right, Drew.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have 524 hours in Destiny 2.
I guess I'm gonna. I'm installing another update. So hold on.
You should probably launch Steam more often, bud.
Yeah, I mean, it's on a Mac. I don't use it very often, if at all. Come on, Steam, you can do it. The icon's bouncing. And they still have an old style round icon. Bad on you, Valve. Bad on you.
Woof.
I almost said my son's gamer tag
don't do that.
on the air.
Yeah, don't be creepy.
His profile is private.
Oh,
which
good for him.
Smart.
That's the right way to do it. That's the right way to do it.
It's got to be. I wouldn't be surprised if he has like double that, Drew. What you have.
Yeah, you're probably right, because I played the crap out of Destiny 2 when it came out. I played the first couple expansions, then I took like a big long break, and I got back into it kind of late. But it's good, man. The new expansion is so good. It's so good. I'm surprised now that you're sort of done with Horizon, do you think you'll give it a go?
I don't know.
Because you were playing Destiny 2 for a while.
I played a lot of it. A lot. I played a lot when the last expansion kind of came out. I don't know. I don't know if I'm in a place where I want to play a shooty game where I endlessly try to get better pants. Though as far as that kind of style of game goes, you can't get any better than Destiny 2. It's just so good. It feels so good.
It really does. It really does.
Oh, there it is. Here it is. I texted my son. You want to take a guess, Drew? Why don't you take a guess?
Over or under where I'm at?
Over.
I'm gonna say 750.
So okay. Double that. He's
wow.
at 1,501 hours.
So,
I'm a good dad.
you're a great dad, actually. So if I go to my profile on Steam, I want to say Destiny is the one I have the most hours in. Let me see here. I should be able to figure this out. If I go to, how do I do this? If I edit my profile and, oh boy. Nope, that's not right. Hold on. There's a way to do this. Add a showcase. Featured showcase, rarest achievement, game collector, featured games, favorite game.
Train Simulator. I'm on your profile right now.
Yeah, it's definitely Train Simulator.
But your hours of Train Simulator is lower than Destiny 2. So I don't know
Yeah,
how.
but I like it.
Okay.
But I like it.
Yeah.
Salient stats. Favorite guide. Okay, if I go to my library, can I sort by here we go. Sort by hours played. Oh, it's doing that thing where okay, no, it's at the bottom. Okay, hold on. Installed locally. So let me edit this. Include games that are installed by this computer. No games match this filter. Fuck you. Single player, multiplayer, cooperative. Sort by hours played. Okay. Okay. So yeah, Destiny 2 is my highest played game. No surprise there. My second highest is Payday 2 at 358 hours. I used to play the crap out of that before they ruined that game. And then I have 350 hours in Warframe.
Nice.
And then from there, I've got about 160 hours in Grand Theft Auto. Oh, actually, here's a throwback. I had 154 hours in the Grand Theft Auto 5 before this profile was banned from it. My other profile probably has hundreds more hours than that on it.
I remember that story.
Yeah, that's a good story.
I mean, like, my son play like Destiny 2's his game. Like on weekends, like he wakes up, eats breakfast, and then we'll play Destiny 2 until dinner, and then play Destiny 2 until like it's time to go to bed. Like that's what he'll do.
Yeah, I mean, I think once I hit the new power cap on here, because I'm already flirting with it right now. It didn't take very long because you make such huge jumps from where you start. I probably won't play it as much as I'm playing it now because I really want to get back to Dying Light 2 to try to finish that. But yeah, I mean, it's a really cool game because like if you don't have anything specific to do, you can just hop on and sort of just mindlessly run around and shoot stuff and do quests and things for a while. Yeah. It's got a really good structure and flow to that, for sure. For sure.
For sure.
All right, buddy. Did we resolve the taco question?
There is no too many tacos.
All right, I'm good with that. Let's wrap up.
Real time follow up. It's DC Black Label. That's what it's called.
DC Black Label. Let me put that in the show notes. DC Black Label. Is that the name of the? That's not the name of the app. That's like the like adult stories.
Yes, that's the adult mature. Yeah, they're usually self-contained, okay. not quote unquote canon. They're just fun little stories, and they tend to be for a mature audience. Granted, it's still DC, so you're not going to see lots of boobies. But the new Rorschach, the new Rorschach story they're telling is part of DC Black Label. So,
and then what was the Harley Quinn one? Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey?
No. There was two really good ones. I can't remember.
Oh, Joker, Harley, Criminal Sanity.
I can't remember if it was that or Harleen. I read both of those.
Oh.
But yeah, I can't remember which one was the really good one.
Harleen. I'm looking at the pictures of it. She can get it. All right, let's wrap this.
Yeah. Hey, we're on the internet. Doingtheirbest.com. We're on Twitter at doingbestpod. You can find me on Twitter at Paul Baylor. And where can we find you, Drew?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at Pittfurg, Pittfurg.
Thanks for listening, everybody.